Good job, Mommy.
It's a simple game of peekaboo, one of the easiest and simplest ways that we play with young children and rewards us with the most gratifying toothless smile. But this trainer, Diana Pook of the Ministry of Human Development, is actually educating this mother as to why peekaboo and other interactive play is crucial in assisting in the full development of a young child. This is a field exercise at the Matron Roberts Polyclinic in Belize City, where persons who have been trained in care for child development are putting their skills to the test. Leading the training exercise is social psychologist and UNICEF consultant in care for child development, Jane Lucas.
The parents are the main partners. So if we can help counsel them to do the activities that will stimulate the child's development, but also make the relationship strong between the parent and the child. That is really probably our ultimate aim.
She's talking to
These are simple activities. We teach people to copy their child. You know, parents may not have thought that that is a useful activity, but we know very much that if you copy what the child is doing from a very young age, the child feels like they're communicating with you. The child smiles, the parent smiles, the child sticks his tongue out, the child, it goes back and forth so that they are learning skills all the time that they're awake with the parent. So it's, if you don't have this, it breaks down the foundation for the rest of life.
Peekaboo, for example, teaches babies object permanence, that objects and people still exist even when she can't see them, like her mommy. While it may seem simplistic, there is sound scientific evidence that proves activities like these can have a lasting impact. This week's training is being conducted by UNICEF Belize in partnership with the Ministries of Health, Human Development and Education.
The Childcare development strategy is part of UNICEF's support towards strengthening early childhood development in Belize, and it's part of a global effort that we see as an effort to put children on track and therefore put nations on track for successful, sustainable development because they're getting the most out of every child. Early childhood, from the perspective of what we're talking about here and what we're looking at today, is stimulation through learning and through play and communication targeted towards children under the age of 5. So the children that we've seen this morning are from as young as a month old to about 3 years old, and it's urgent for us to reach these parents. We've seen mothers and fathers. It's urgent for us to reach these parents as they start out on the journey with these youngest children.
It's not only the development of the child that will become a productive citizen, but the bonding with the mom and the social economics benefits for the family and for the country. And there are studies that show the evidence of what we do today with the child at early age. We can see the results far beyond even in adulthood. We had a study done here in Belize where one of the key issues was the attachment from the parent, from the mother with the boys. So there is evidence now that even violence, we can curtail it down.
Okay.
It's quite amazing. You can do these stimulation activities with a child under 2 years old, and now we know what happens when they're adults. So for example, we find that overall, children who've had a program of stimulation before age 2 often earn 25% more in income as adults. It's quite an amazing thing, isn't it? There's some negative things that happen when you miss this. So children have more difficulty in school. Children who have difficulty in school, who are not stimulated, then end up being frustrated, end up seeking calmness and solution through substance abuse and other opportunities that will not help them move forward. So these children who are stimulated younger are less apt to be involved in criminal behavior and are able to progress further in school.
So how do you reach these babies who are not a part of the formal education system as yet? That's why this week's training of trainers is important. Preschool educators, nurses, midwives, outreach caregivers are being equipped to provide these skills to parents during their encounter with families. And by next week, will be equipped to train their colleagues in care for early development. That's why this practice session was important. And as Charlene Morera, mom of 6-month-old Haley, testified, it's skills she knows will help her as a parent.
I have learned how to calm her when she's a bit fussy. Also to sing to her, because that's something I don't do. I do read to her and I talk to her, but I haven't sung to her. So that's something I've learned also. I'll be better able to develop her mentally and physically because I think I'm more equipped this time around with the training.
What we have already done in Belize is to describe the future of the country that we see. We describe our future in the Horizons 2030 document as a future in which every Belizean is productive and healthy, energetic and engaged in the community. All of this starts right in the early years, in early childhood development, because it's the nurturing that you receive from parents, it's the stimulation that you receive from a parent or a caregiver that gives you the opportunity to learn, to discover a love for learning, discover new skills and new limits to your own exploration. So early childhood care and development and the Care for Child Development strategy that we're training this week is exactly about preparing the very youngest children to have the right attitudes, the confidence, as well as a love for learning and discovery that sets them on the path to turn into the Belizeans as adults that we've defined in our Horizons 2030.